All right, so the car definitely didn't do what I was hoping it was going to do. For the last week now, the car has been starting and idling really low, like below 1K. So a fail on my part on this. So yeah. Anyway, as I was just saying, the car's been starting really hard. It's been idling really low. The car's not been in very good shape. So today what I was going to show is if your car was idling low like this car was supposed to this morning and decided not to, because of course when it's that typical life thing, you know, when you're trying to show somebody that you have a problem with something, like something's not working correctly, of course then at that moment it doesn't want to work or incorrectly work like how it has been working when you want to show it to somebody. So this is a typical life thing. But what I was going to say is that if your car is idling below 1,000, you could be having one of several problems. Now, I went and got the, where did I go to? O'Reilly's, and did a ODB check to see what the check engine light code was, because the check engine light was also on, and of course now it's not. And it was telling me that there could be, I forget what the code was. I think it was like P0560, which means that it could be a vacuum leak, and it's starting to rain. It could be a vacuum leak, throttle body is dirty, spark plugs need to be changed, or the throttle body control or something like that needs to be fixed or reset or something. So what I'm going to do today is I am going to clean the throttle body, which shouldn't be a very hard thing to do. I went to O'Reilly's and got this throttle body cleaner, so we're going to do that today, even though the car decided it wanted to work okay. And see, there it is now. It's now idling below 1K. So we are going to get in there and hope that the throttle body being dirty is actually what's wrong and not something else. So that's going to be my first thing to try. Clean the throttle body. It's so weird. Now, starting off, you're probably gonna want one of these, like a microfiber cloth, because you're not going to want to leave any kind of residue in the throttle body. It could really mess things up. At least that's my perception. I am not a mechanic. I have not gone to any kind of mechanic schooling. This is all just based off of my own intuition. It could be wrong, could be completely wrong, but just to play it safe, I think that's the safe way to go. So after searching on YouTube for a little bit, the first thing you want to do is remove these hoses. Hopefully. There we go. Remove this one because they're going to be in your way. And then next thing you want to do is take out these bolts right here. Well, not bolts, but screws. If I can get it to focus correctly. Take out that one, take out that one, and take out that one. So let's get to it. Now that you're done with that, it's time to take out this little hose. Well, I guess it's not little, but this hose right here. So, doing this all with one hand. Let's see if I can do this. I don't think I can do this with one hand. So this should be loose now. All right, I'm going to have to put the camera down and do this. The one I got out was this side. Now to try to work on that side and that side. All right, got that side out. Now to get this side out. And it came out pretty easily once I got these two sides out. So now you're left here. You want to look down in there. Let's see, I thought I just saw it on camera. Yeah, right there. You want to unplug that. This mamma jamma does not want to come off. All right, so if you were struggling like I was to get this thing off, the trick is that there's this little red piece with this yellow top on it. It was sticking in there. You have to pull it completely out and then squeeze the tab in to get this connector out. So I'll say it again, show you what it looks like. This is the little red tab that was in there. I don't know if it'll be in there for you or not, but it was for me. It was sticking straight out of right here. See if I can get it in there. So it was sticking up like that. It was actually like a lot further in than this, but I had to pull it up, pull it out completely, and then squeeze this little tab right here in order to get this connector out. So don't be like me and spend like 15 or 20 minutes trying to figure out how to get this thing out and get frustrated and almost break it. Just pull that red tab out, press in, then it will come out easily. Remove these 4 bolts in here. This one, that one down there. And then if you can, get to that one right there. That one's gonna be the tough one. But you wanna remove all 4 of these bolts next. Like this is kind of fun to do, but for someone that doesn't have a whole lot of time in their life to do stuff like this on a regular basis, it kind of makes me want to get an electric car. Only because of lack of time to do this. If things like this could, if I had more time to do things like this could be something I could really get behind and enjoy doing. But as it is, with a busy life and other life things happening, this makes me want an electric car so I can spend more time doing other things than this. But if I didn't have to work and I left my thing in there, I can see myself doing this as a hobby. But as you can see, it can be kind of tough or tricky to get these out, if only because they've been in there for so long. And yeah, but this is like probably one of the easiest things you can do. All right, now that I have all the 4 bolts off, which I probably should have waited to take them off because now this unit is just hanging there. But next thing you want to do is, if I can get this out the way, take this hose off, because this is the only thing that's really holding it in place. So this is going to be fun, especially with this little tab right here. I don't know. I guess I can just kind of move this little plastic piece off to the side right here, and then move the tab up. But I'm going to need both hands, so I'm sorry. You better go. Probably don't need to leave those bolts in to take this piece out, but this, let me tell you, it's probably the hardest part of this cleanup job right now. It's taking this hose off. There's another hose at the bottom, if you can see it right there. I'm not going to take it off. I think I'm just going to try to clean it right here where it is, because I feel like that hose is going to be way too hard to put back in once I'm done cleaning. So to kind of save myself some time and frustration, I'm just going to clean it right here real quick. I don't think there's any kind of internals I need to worry about the cleaning solution getting into besides in there. But I think I'm gonna try to wipe around in there a little bit as well to try to get all that gunk out. As you can see, you should see how dirty this thing is though. Look at this. Don't mind my dirty hands, but look how disgusting that is. And I think that's why I'm having low idle issues, because how disgusting that is. So I am going to start cleaning this with, from what I've seen online, you can use a paper towel to clean this out if you want. You can even take out the gasket and clean that as well, which is probably recommended. So I might take that out as well. But for now, I'm just going to focus on trying to clean this out because it is filthy. So unfortunately, I didn't have any paper towels, so I do have to use that rag. But also, what I'm going to use is this Throttle body and air intake cleaner. I have a link down below for it if you want to order it on Amazon, if you don't feel like going to a store, pick it up. But this is what I'll be using to clean up in there. Best I could. If you're able to get that hose out and you're brave enough and willing enough to do it, you can definitely get it a lot cleaner than what I've been able to. I mean, a lot cleaner than this. But for now, this is the best I can do. So I guess we shall see if it actually helps with the idling. So now it's time to put everything back together. I might actually try to wipe it down a little bit more, maybe wipe down that inside as well a little bit. And then I'll put everything back together and see if it helps the car breathe at all. All right, so everything is plugged back in, buttoned down. Make sure you put that connector back in. Those 4 bolts are in. These 4 tighteners are tightened. looks like everything is ready to go. I guess I also need to put this hose back where it was. Let's see, connector right there and right there. And then also, almost forgot, put this back in there. There we go. Make sure this is in there. All right, it's all buttoned down and ready to go. So let's give it a start up and see how she is. Okay, moment of truth. Let's see if this actually works. So far, so good. It is idling kind of high though. So let's see if it drops back down. And here we go. All right, staying above 1,000. Uh-oh. Okay. Now let's give it some throttle. Staying good. All right, now I'm gonna close the hood and drive it just around the block and see how she does. All right, in reverse. It's dipping a little low. Just below 1,000. See how she does. Please be, oh, that's wrong. I don't want to have to do spark plugs right now. Okay. Looks like she is dipping a little bit below 1K though. It's not as low as it was before. She doesn't seem to be running as hard as she kind of was. Yes, I know, seatbelt. Put you on in just a sec. Alright, put the seatbelt on real quick. Alright, so it's not as low as it used to get, that's for sure. So maybe it just needs a little bit more time to sort itself out, I don't know. Waiting to turn left. And after these two cars, I'll turn and see how she does. So far, so good though. I'm only slightly worried. All right. The thing is, I don't drive this car that often anymore, so I don't really know what the idle used to be like. So I can't tell if this is like low for what it usually or used to be. But she seems to be running pretty well right now. I know before all this, I saw it was dipping below 500 RPM and it felt like it was going to stall, but I haven't been feeling that, nor have I seen it dip quite that low yet, so I guess we'll see. I am going to drive to get some food and see how she does with that. First, I need to wash my hands because they are filthy. But so far, so good.